Classic truck rescue. Got that strange yellow orb in the sky today. Nice day. We've had actually about 3 or 4 nice days. I'll be back after this plane goes by. I was going to say how awesome it is to hear the birds just totally rejoicing today. Hey, it's Rick with Classic Truck Rescue. We got blessed with some sunshine today. Actually, we've had a few sunny days, but it's going to start raining tomorrow. What I'm trying to do is finish up the RVs right over here. Finish up the job of moving the RV. It's all moved, everything's hooked up, working good. But I'm putting my electric, I don't know if you can see the wires over there, I'll get a shot of them. We've got all the communications, electric and stuff like that, just kind of laying on the ground. So I'm going to put everything in a ditch that I dug right there in pipe and backfill it, and then we'll let this, and then we're going to go see a truck in Annabella, the truck inspector general. She's coming along. The reason I'm trying to get all this done right now is because it's going to be raining for the next few days. This right here just turns into soup when it rains, and I want to get all the electrical in that ditch right there in pipe and get it backfilled and then smooth all this out, because I'm just going to let it rain on there, and come spring it's going to be very beautiful here. We'll have a nice little RV hookup spot where friends and family can come over and have a nice spot right on the stream and privacy. And so since we had to do this, might as well make the best of it and make a useful spot on the property out of it. I'll be back. Everything always takes longer than you think, but I thought I'd give you a shot of this. I put a post in there, ran all my cords in the PVC. I put an extra one in there while I was at it to boost the power to the motor. Well, it's not boost the power, just so that we won't be drawing as many amps on a thinner cord, if that makes sense. I'm not the super duper electrician guy, but I know that if you have bigger cord or multiply the cords, it's more gooder. But anyways, so I went ahead and put a upturn right here, because I thought I'd go ahead and put power to the middle of this area, because this is going to be our yard, you know. This would be a cool spot to have a light and a little picnic table next to the fire pit. And I'm going to finish putting the rest of that in conduit, and I'll have another upturn and post like I had at the other end, and I think it's going to work out pretty good. What do you think, Annabella? Annabella, what do you think? Come here. Come on. I thought the light out there would be a good idea, because that right there is going to be our yard, and you know, have a lamp out there in the middle of it. And trust me, the reason I've been rushing to get this done, it's going to start raining tomorrow and rain for a while, and I want to get this all smoothed out as smooth as I can, back drag it with Yunkin over there, and get it smoothed out so that the grass can start growing. It's going to be a really cool spot next spring and summer. We'll bring you out here and show it to you when it's all done and grown in. I plans for that stump right there too, with all the little trees that are trying to grow off it. I'm going to make a family tree right there. Each branch is going to be named after a family member, and those will grow into trees, and trust me, they grow fast. But I'm going to top that stump off or do something creative with it, and we're going to hang little tags on each of the limbs and tie them together with wire and make something cool grow. You'll see. Right, Anna? Mud dauber. Mud doggy. Classic Truck Rescue. Signing off for tonight. got this all done yesterday because the rain, it did come. But this is all smoothed out now, and we'll just let it rain and pack down, and should have a pretty cool lawn come spring. This is the issue with this truck. We went ahead and disconnected the ignition, spun the engine over a bunch of times to get the oil circulating, and it fired right up. The oil isn't milkshaked on it, so we're going to find out what's causing that white smoke. And if you want to move it, I want to see what the tranny and stuff does, brother. He's smiling. You're smiling, Pat. This actually is a perfect truck for Pat. You gotta let that clutch out slow, brother. All right, well, we're making some progress. But Jamie and I are on our way out of town right now, going to Monmouth, Oregon. 59 GMC Fleet-Option Pickup. So Jamie, this truck we're going to get, 59 GMC. Well, we're not going to get it because I can't really get any trucks right now. Unless I sell 3 or 4, and then I can sneak one in. So looking around on the internet, and people are saying, and reputable old truck websites are saying that there's only 100 of these trucks left known to exist, and that it's the rarest of the rare of the 55 to 59 Chevy and GMC trucks. And that doesn't really make sense to me, because the truck is called a fleet option pickup, and the reason it's called a fleet option pickup is because these are trucks that were bought by like Coca-Cola bottling companies, but they wanted the GMC truck because they had more powerful engines. A lot of people try to argue with me about this, but the fact is that GMC trucks were built better than Chevy trucks back in the 50s. And I can point out numerous examples of where they have more support rods, they're just more heavy-duty trucks. So if you had a company and you had to buy a bunch of trucks to deliver your product, you didn't care if it had all the bling that GMCs came with. They always had fancier grills and gauges and things like that. But you wanted the more durable truck. So GMC made the fleet option available, which is basically the same thing as a 59 GMC truck, but it's kind of a stripped down version. What we're going to look for on this truck is it should have a Chevrolet cab, and the difference between a Chevy and GMC cab is basically just the dashboard. GMC had a few more contours on it, little fancier gauges. So what they did is when they made a fleet option truck, because it had the Chevy cab and the Chevy instrument cluster, which is a V with a crescent on top of it. It's like a slice of pie with the round part on top, and all your gauges are in that. They used the Chevy instrument cluster, but they put a GMC logo on it, where a Chevy instrument cluster would have a bow tie there. Also on the fleet option pickup, because it's a 59, starting in 58, they went to dual headlights on each side. So your 58 and 59 Chevy and GMC trucks.
Stop it!
Your 58 and 59 Chevy and GMC trucks would have 4 headlights, where the 55, 6, and 7s had 2 headlights. So what they did is they put a flat piece of metal where the dual headlights go in the front of the fender, and then they stuck a straight. So they put a flat piece of metal in the headlight opening where you would have 2 headlights, and then in the middle of that piece of metal they put 1 headlight. Also, because the grille was very intricate on the 58 and 9 GMCs, instead of putting the fancy grille there, they basically put a flat piece of metal that was curved, and had a mesh screen like chicken wire in the middle in front of the radiator, and then they stuck a parking light on each side. So the parts we'll be looking to make sure that this truck has is the single headlights with the metal plate behind it in the fender that takes up the space where the two headlights would be. That flat stamped steel curved grille, but most importantly will be that instrument cluster with the GMC logo on it. The guy told me that his grandfather bought this truck in 1963, so his grandfather had the truck since it was 4 years old. I'm going to try to find out what company originally owned it. Hopefully his grandfather put some paperwork away behind this. So it's a short bed step-side truck. From what I saw, I know it's got at least 2 of the original hubcaps. Looks like it's got all its original wheels. It does have some dents and stuff on it and rust, but we've got parts. So we'll be back when we get out to Monmouth, Oregon to look at this 1959 GMC Fleet-Option Pickup. And if you believe the hype, there's only 100 left known to exist. I kind of doubt that, but I do have to say that in 10 years of collecting 55 to 59 Chevy and GMC trucks, I've only seen 4 of them come up for sale, and this is the 4th one. So we'll see what we see. We'll be back. Oh, and we got the truck inspector general with us today. She's going to give it a good look over. Right, Annabella? Yep. Also really happy to have my girl with me today, Jamie. We haven't done this for a long time. We used to always go on road trips and look at trucks, but Jamie's working full-time for the city now, so I got to share her with them. But it's kind of good. Oh yeah, and Jamie's getting married in September. September 7th. Yeah, I still want you. But
you weren't forced into saying that?
I was not coerced. And my name's Rick Maylander, and I fully endorse the idea of me marrying Jamie on September 7th. On the property. On the river. Anyway, it's good to be out on the road with her again. But what I forgot to tell you about these Fleet-Option pickups, the reason that I have a hard time believing they're the rarest of the rare is because they made so many of them, because it was for a fleet. Everybody bought a fleet of them. But it's kind of like old station wagons. Old station wagons are worth a fortune now, because back in the 70s and 80s, everybody smashed them because nobody wanted them. Well, same thing happened to the Fleet-Option pickups. Had that funky looking grill and those weird looking single headlights in the dual headlight hole, and nobody wanted them because they didn't have any bling on them. So maybe they are that rare, but it's worth looking at. Probably worth saving. Right, Anna? Anna, what's that? You got to go potty? We're going to use Sparky for an example, and to show you what a regular 58, 59 GMC truck grill look like. Granted, Sparky's front end is a little bit wider than a regular pickup's would be, but the grill and everything is pretty much identical. The bumper would have been curved like a regular pickup's. Also in 58, GMC had the bumper bullets on there. In 59, some of them had the bumper bullets, and what they did is that when they started the 59 model year, they used up all the leftover bullets from the 58s and put them on the first 59s built. They also had chrome fender emblems and V8 emblems on the fenders. On the Fleet pickup, they eliminated the dual headlights and put a panel in there that was basically just a flat piece of metal and put a single headlight in it. They got rid of the elaborate grille and put the flat steel curved one in there with the mesh in the middle of it, and they used a railroad tie kind of looking bumper. Okay, 59 GMC Fleet-Option Pickup. Got the fancy railroad tie bumper, the stamped steel grille, the dual headlights deleted for the single headlights. This would be a regular pickup size front end right here. Not quite as wide as Sparky's, but more of an accurate depiction of what a regular pickup front end would look like on a 58, 59 GMC with the 4 headlights, the more elaborate grille, and the correct bumper. So Old Yeller right here is where we got the 327 that we traded for Pat's truck. And I'm going to go ahead and sell Old Yeller because I got to sell some trucks. Anyway, we're going to use him to let you see what GMC gauges look like. As you can see, the GMC had a full set of actual individual gauges. This one's got the ultra rare tack too. Pretty spendy item right there. And they're a lot different than the Chevys. Also, you can see the extra contour. If you look at the heater controls right there, that hump right there runs all the way down that side of the dash, and Chevy doesn't have that. You can see it on the glove box door too, that hump on the bottom. So the Chevy Deluxe heater controls would be more flat with just a curved bottom and not that big hump on them. And same thing with the Chevy glove box door. It'd just be more of a flat thing with just a curved bottom and not that hump. But you can see that it probably costs a lot more money to manufacture these gauges than it did the Chevy ones. So the race car hauler has some pretty nice gauges in it, as I recall. Yep, that's a good example of a Chevy instrument cluster with the bow tie on it. A true fleet option truck will have this gauge style in it, even though it's a Chevy instrument cluster, but it'll have a GMC logo where that bow tie is. I love this truck. Nobody home in Doorland. Oh boy. Get on in there. Come on, you gonna check this out? Yeah, got the Chevy dash with the GMC logo on it right there. Keys in the ignition. Eric, what can you tell me about this truck? Did you say your grandpa bought it?
1963.
So he bought it when it was 4 years old.
Yeah.
Do you know what company originally purchased it, or was it an individual?
My uncle worked for Cap Chevrolet there in Salem.
Cap Chevrolet?
Yeah, right down there by the bridge.
Where's that at? What city?
It's Salem, Oregon.
Cap Chevrolet. Yeah, the dealerships would use these too. Boy, it sat outside somewhere for a long time, didn't it?
It's up there for
yeah.
a couple years.
Got 3 of the original hubcaps. Oh, it's got a Chevrolet tailgate. You don't know what happened to the GMC tailgate, do you?
It was totally shot. However, I did see another GMC one. They sell them all the time with the trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have them, so they had opportunities to get a GMC one. But yeah, this box, the other one he used it to haul wood.
Got beat up.
And so there was nothing left. We were going to restore it a couple of years ago, but my dad no longer is available to do that anymore. So that's kind of where we're at here. We got a newer seat, and this box. It must have been 20 years ago when we got that.
Yeah.
And then I had to take the rear brake off in order to get it to turn. So that's what's in the
Got
back
locked
there.
up.
And
Okay,
so
gotcha.
that's why it's rolling now. You know.
Yeah, the floors are shot in the cab. Roof's not too bad. Huh, that's weird.
Just checking things out. Loves it out here. We need a good guard dog. We got one.
She lets us know if somebody's on our property.
She's gonna get them all muddy.
Anna, come here. Anna, can you hold this?
Sean, that's Rick. Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
I want to see if the engine's locked up.
See if that thing can burn up. Oil spill.
So it does have all the correct fleet option stuff. Original oil bath air cleaner. The firewall's not all rutted out. There's a couple bad spots on the floor, but it's not completely toast. Oh, the engine's not locked up. That's good. You know when was the last time it fired up?
We could fire it up right now if you had a battery.
Oh, really?
Throw some gas in it, I'm sure it would fire right up.
Huh. Well, it's not locked up.
Back in '89 is when I drained the tank out, and was going to fire it up and run it there too. So.
Well, what's in there? What's in there? Is this a good one? Well, it's got some issues, but they all do because they're old, right?
It is what it is.
Yeah. Huh?
59.
Yeah. You don't have the hood emblem by any chance?
Yeah, somehow that popped off. I have no idea where that went.
All right. Oh, we don't need to hear all that whining, and don't get him dirty either.
Put it on the hood.
So this is it. What's here is
What you see is
okay.
what I have.
Gotcha.
Fit it on.
Yeah.
Well, it looks to me like those headlight buckets. Yeah, you can unbolt those and put them on a regular fender.
Correct. They just
Same way with the grill.
Yeah.
I mean, you think it was supposed to be a made grill, or what? Somebody laid it on there, but that's the way it was.
That's the way it came. Yeah, I'm familiar with these trucks. I've seen a few of them. And what's funny is these are the ones that got all smashed because they got used till they wore the heck out.
That's
they got,
why you see this one is here.
They got beat up, and nobody wanted them because you didn't have the fancy four headlights and the fancy grill and all that. So
They were your bare bone, yeah.
yeah, it's like station wagons. All the station wagons got smashed because we didn't think they were cool in the 70s and 80s. Now everyone thinks they're cool. Yeah.
All right.
Do you have a clear title on it, Eric?
Here and see.
Yeah, it should have one on it. You get in the glove box, or where's it at, Eric?
Okay.
See, it's an older one. It says
What's it got for the VIN number on there?
I don't know.
There we go.
That's the VIN number.
That's the VIN number, and it's the same one.
CH23. All right,
Yep.
let me.
Yep, you can read that one right off, or I can read it to you.
No, I just sometimes they get creative with the
In there.
serial numbers on them. 101 CS.
101 CS42698.
Yep, okay.
That was the title for something else here.
CS.
This is the title for it here.
Read that to me
Oh,
again.
little feller.
101
Oh, you just want somebody to
CS4269
play with you. Don't you?
Alpha.
You do.
Okay.
There you go.
So you do have that title?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
ready.
How about we do this?
No, I don't do it very good. You gotta take it a little bit easy, then you can give her head.
Yeah. How about if I go ahead and pay your asking price? Well, we struck a bargain on the 59 GMC Fleet, but this caught my eye up the hill, and as I was walking up, that caught my eye. Looks like the quarter panel's pretty hammered on it, but well, it's got the 400 in it, so about a 71 or 2 Chevy pickup, Cheyenne 20 with the 8400. So it's got the small block 400 engine. Pretty good engine back in the day. I had one in a 4-wheel drive El Camino I built that I used to mud race. Doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. I like the color combination on this. That's what everybody's after. Boy, that thing looks like it got tweaked. It's got waves on it. It's got waves on its waves. See what year it is. Actually, that thing looks pretty solid to me. Oh no. So I think that's probably a 70 right there. That's too bad. Too bad. Not that it's not fixable. I've seen, oh wow, looks like it's gutted inside. Boy, it had already been bondoed before it got whapped. Poor thing, just got shoved in the hiney. Yeah, it's been pretty well gutted. Some money sitting there in parts though. Oh, look, an old Ram Charger. Those are popular with the Mopar guys. Also saw over here one of these Furies. 2-door Sport Fury that wasn't real popular back in the day, but is now. Look at this old guy. Huh? McCormick Deering. I've got one of these. We call it Tug. That's a big one though. That's a big boy right there. Holy cow. I like it. Pretty cool old tractor. Got those solid metal rims too. Man, those things weigh a ton. This looks a lot like my tractor that I call Tug, but I think it's a little beefier than Tug. Anyway, wanted to show you this. And here we got probably about a 54, 55 International. I've got one of these. Old International. Looks pretty solid too. But these guys are getting, is this a 300? I wonder. I think it is. It is 300. Probably got a 440 in it. Keys in the ignition. It's got the bucket seats, original bucket seats. Not all rusted out in the quarters. It is a 300. I could see someone fixing that up. Anyway, I'm gonna get back down the hill. I'm just kind of snooping while they're writing up some paperwork on the Fleet pickup. I did like that the Fleet pickup had all of its correct original wheels, 3 of the correct original hubcaps. Like I said, I can't be dragging anything home right now, but I can certainly get some irons in the fire for when I get a bunch of trucks sold. And it's a rare truck. They're saying there's only 100 left known to exist. I don't really know how anyone can say something like that, but it was a pretty reputable website that I got that information from. It's pretty nice. I was wanting to see if this truck had the tack in it. Looks like it's kind of loaded up with the wood grain and all of that. No, no tack. Good bones though. He said he'd let me know if this guy decided he wanted to sell this. So, but I do have one of these, a red and white one that I would sell if anyone's interested in. Classic truck rescue. So. So we made a deal on the 59. What? Mullet. It's a mullet, come here. Made a deal on the 59 GMC, got it locked up. Guy's got a clear title. Check that out. What is that? Kind of cool looking, huh?
Like chicken.
And we're headed back to the ranch.
Chickens? You have chickens? Chickens, it is. It's all big old stop sign. Stop. You don't want to come in here.
Annabella, can you say peace out? Anna. So my girl, on the way home from getting the 59 GMC, treated me to dinner at Outback Steakhouse, and it was really good, except we got full before we even got through the appetizers, which is a good thing because we get to take good food home, right? Yeah. But we walked out and saw this sitting out here. 56 Chevy, big window truck, and I like it. Got a nice stance. They kind of look like, I hate to say Halibrands, but I don't know, they're pretty cool though. I think that's pretty cool.
I'd like to hear what it sounds like.
Yeah, I would too. Look at that tailpipes. It's got the Mondo tailpipes. Very tastefully done. 56 Chevy, big window pickup. I like it.
Fuel exhaust.
Yeah. And I like the mag wheel on the spare tire. You know, the truck we got today, honey. We can put that spare tire rack on there.
Would that be the original wood? Because look at it.
No, I'd say that's not the original wood.
Look at, they hand painted this on there.
It's pretty cool though. Nice interior. Look at how clean the dash is. Tilt, chrome, I did it column. That's sweet. One thing I really love on these trucks is the two-tone treatment on the cab with the chrome stainless on a big back window. We'll be having that going on Boomer. Pretty cool though. Nice truck. call him.